we're going to talk about a gun today which, although we do really well with, a lot of people aren't really aware of. And the gun we're going to talk about is the Browning 525 Trap One. Now, I think the reason probably a lot of people aren't aware about it, because if you were going to shoot sporting, the last thing you would do is you would pick a gun that's got the word trap on it. This particular gun here, I can shoot absolutely fine. I see a figure of 8 picture and I can shoot sporting with it, no problem at all. The fact that it's called a trap gun doesn't interest me whatsoever. The gun we've got here to start with is the 525 Sporter One. It came, well, we didn't have a particular place in the list, but it was on the best-selling guns of 2021. Been around since 2003. Still a bestseller, Japanese bomb-proof, everybody loves it, great all-rounder, and we sell tons of them, as I'm sure a lot of shops do. If I put the 525 Sporter One down next to the Trap One, you can see the action on these two guns is exactly the same. There's a slight difference in the barrels, which I'll come on to in a second. But if you look at the dimensions of the stock, so you've got the Trap gun, got a much tighter radius in the pistol grip. The Trap gun's got a palm swell, which again the Sporter One doesn't have. And if you look at the top of the two guns, see if I can do this without dropping something, there's a considerable difference in the actual height of the stock and also the thickness of the comb. So whereas the Sporter One is quite narrow at the front, the 525 is considerably chunkier. That adds weight. So these two guns are here I've just weighed, and the Sporter One is £7.12 and the Trap One is £8.06. So what it means is it's a heavier, steadier gun. Sporter dimensions, 36mm drop at comb, 56mm drop at heel, whereas the Trap One is 30mm drop at comb and 40mm drop at heel. Now, a lot of people might think, oh, that's really high and that's why it's a trap gun, but ultimately it comes down to your physical features and dimensions in terms of what you require from a shotgun stock. The chances of getting a factory, an adjustable comb, even if we convert the Sporter to that kind of height, is slim. Just reverting back to the thickness of the comb, that stops people rolling their head, and again, if you've got quite a long, thin face, that's just a much better fit altogether. Now, there are a couple more differences in the two guns, so I'm just going to lay them back down. So remember, the Sporter One's at the bottom, the Trap One's at the top. Most big blokes are big in all areas, okay? So the bigger forend is much better. Yes, it's what you would expect on a trap gun, because the idea of it is stability and a bit of extra weight. But let's just have a look at the balance. This gun's literally just come out of the box, this 30-inch Trap One. Look at the balance of this gun out of the box with that extra bit of weight. It is absolutely on the hinge pin, okay? Whereas the Sporter, I can tell you now, is barrel heavy. The other thing that adds to the weight, and again this is a key difference between the 525 Sporter One and the Trap One, is the rib. Now, historically, Browning trap guns, going back a number of years, have had a wide parallel rib. Trap One has got a 13mm parallel rib. 10mm on the Sporter One, which is what we expect, and again it's to do with reducing the weight. Trap gun, 13mm rib, centre bead, tram line. Sporter, 10mm rib, centre bead, tram line, and that extra 3mm metal evidently adds a bit of weight. You get a lot of builders in the shop who, you shake their hand and he's like you're crushing you to death. Big hands, need a high comb, need a fatter comb. Don't discount the Trap One, because it is a great gun. Now, yes, traditionally trap guns are fixed choke. This isn't. This is multi-choke. It's Invector Plus multi-choke. It's steel shot proofed as well. And this is our go-to gun if we get someone who just needs a bigger, chunkier gun. And 9 times out of 10, it is not for trap, it is for sporting, because they want the multi-choke. They do it in 30 and 32 inch, but it's absolutely down to the stock dimensions. Like I said, yes, the rib is a bit wider. I don't think that makes a huge amount of difference, maybe just to the balance. But if you look back again at the difference between the stock dimensions, okay, so again, they've got the Sporter One at the front and the Trap One at the back. It is staggering. The barrels and the action are exactly the same height, but you can see the difference. As with most of the guns that we talk about, the guns that we review, we have got Sporter Ones and Trap One demos here at Premier Guns. So come and see us, we'll have a look at you, ultimately it might not be the gun for you. If it isn't, we'll look at something else. We've got a 700 gun to choose from. I'm absolutely confident that myself or one of my team will be able to sort you out. So that's it. 525 Sports One versus the Track One. Key differences is the stock, which ultimately affects the weight. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. See you again soon.